Hey everybody. Whoops, I don't want to go live on the iPad there. Let me get over here. How's everybody doing tonight? You guys ready for the Talk Turkey event that that Sonia has done, I think for 7 or 8 years? But I know I've done every one of them. It has been a day, let me tell you. I am going to do a kit. I didn't plan on doing a kit, and Sonia's going to do a really cute kit, guys. I hadn't planned on doing one, but sometimes everything just kind of all happens. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Carol Ann. So, I had planned on using a stamp, but I didn't plan on my granddaughters being here till after 7 o'clock. We're going to do a cute little turkey. It's called a nerdy turkey. And here's why he's so nerdy looking. And to me, glasses aren't nerdy because I wore glasses. But look at that. Isn't he a cute? Got some big old beak eyes there. He's going to be cute. We're going to do him. And he's going to be very, very colorful. We're going to go ahead and do this part right here. Hey, Laura. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Angela. And I've been sitting here trying to think of what I was going to do to him because I was having to pull out paints. Hey, Luella. We got 45 minutes. Hey, Lynn. 6th year. Thank you, Jimmy. I kept thinking it was 6, but then I thought, man, it seems like I've done more of these. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Mary. Hey, Teresa. So, this is what I put my colors on, guys. I was having to mix some colors because I didn't have time to go buy the colors I really, really wanted. Sometimes it happens, so you just have to mix them up. Hey, Dorothy. Hey, Pam. So, this is going to be the feathers of our turkey. That's our feathers of our turkey. He's really cute. Oh, yeah. I tell you what, Jeff had lost so much weight. Some of his shirts were brand new shirts. And Jeff couldn't wear them. And so I asked Sonia what size William was. And, you know, William's tall, kind of like how Jeff is. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make one of my wings here this plaster paint ruby red. Hey, Mary. And looky there, I've already got a mess here. And I'll have it all over me if I'm not careful. Let me get that out of there. So I'm going to make this one that goes out on the top. We're going to make this one red. And it's etched just like a coloring book. Just like a coloring book. My birthday this year happens to follow on Thanksgiving. And it has several years. I was telling Jeff I can remember my 16th birthday party was late because my birthday fell on Thanksgiving when I was 16. And sometimes that just happens. Sometimes it just happens. But hopefully this doesn't take me very long to paint it because I'm going to paint it really quick. But he's going to be a cutie. Hey, Dawn, I've got my iPad here. Hey, Sue. So I can kind of look up and see my comments a little bit. Hey, Gail, how are you doing? But let's just go ahead and just paint him up. Hey, Sue, how are you doing? But Jeff had, gosh, he did have a Bears jersey. He didn't wear that, but I think one time. Then he had his transplant and lost all that weight. And so what better way to get rid of him and let William use them? And there's plenty in there for William, believe me, because we just kept taking boxes out, sacks out. Hey, Mary Beth, how are you doing? Didn't you guys like Sheila's turkey? I thought that was so cute. I thought that was a cute one. Real cute. Your birthday's the 22nd. We've had Thanksgiving that early before. But this year I'll be 63 and it is going to be on Thanksgiving. And then I got to wait another 5 or 6 years and it'll hit it again. Hey, Selena. Been doing good. Just been busy. Busy. Okay, I'm going to be using the same brush, so I'm just going to wash this one off. Declan, he's good. Yesterday we had him because they didn't have school. Lauren didn't know why they didn't have school. but they didn't have school. And it just came up all of a sudden. So we told him, Jeff went down and got him, and we watched him, and then we took him home, and I took Sonia all that stuff. It's better to do chalk paint, but I didn't have the chalk paint colors that I wanted, so I'm having to do some acrylic. Hey, Deb from Central Illinois. So we got this one, that Slipper Red, and this is just a plaster paint because it was really pretty red color. And then I'm going to do this next one up here, kind of maybe a King's Gold a little bit. I've got some King's Gold right here for my yellow. It's not like a bright yellow, but it's a really pretty fall yellow. And I had a little bit left in my stash. We're going to paint that one right there yellow. Hey, Joni, how are you doing? Joni Cookie says she hopes you can go to that next event in Muskogee because she really, really wants to meet you. She came by today and picked up some kits I cut for her. It was good to see her. She's in Emma's classroom, and Emma just loves Cookie. Thank you. I got this shirt at Mardell's Christian Bookstore. Thank you, Selena. Yeah, I'll be 63. I think you're just as old as you feel. Some days I feel it and some days I don't. Oh, he's definitely going to be the turkey of many colors. This one up here, I'm going to kind of do I have some browns here, but I kind of want to do these, kind of look at their picture up there. I want to do a lighter brown, and I have a lighter brown here, and I'm going to mix it with some white that just kind of like went all over, and I don't want it too dark. So we're going to do these. It's almost the same color as the wood. Same color as that wood. He's going to be a cutie. Whoops. I got down there in my red. I'm just going to kind of rub it in. That way it'll just blend it together. But the project that I had intended for today, I'll do that on my page probably one day next week. Nope, I have all the grandbabies I'm going to have. Haley's only going to have one. Lauren has 2. And Ashley has 2. And that's all we're going to have is 5 grandkids. 5 of them. That's plenty. I mean, I would love to have more, don't get me wrong. But I want them to... I don't think this much is going to matter much because we're really only going to see the tips of his feathers. So if I kind of go over and in, that's okay. And this one up here, I'm going to do, I kind of wanted a turquoise. And I didn't like the turquoise that I had. So I mixed my turquoise with my blue. And so this is going to be the color of blue that I'm going to use. And I can't tell you what color it is. It's just a bunch of colors I mixed together. My blues, I mixed them all together. And then it's just a mixture of blues. And the same thing with that turquoise. And I dip that in my... I have a thing here to put my brushes and I haven't done it. Let me get some of these wipes here. I've got a package of my wipes here. I haven't opened up any more of the ones that I was given. Oh, goodness. We'll definitely keep your little dog in our prayers. I'm just going to kind of go in that little area. I probably need a smaller brush. Let's just get the biggest part done, and then we'll come back with a smaller brush. I'll set that right there. You finished your tree trio. Oh, good, Joni. I would love to see it. Send me a picture. I'd love to see it. You have 15, what was that, 15 something grands? Went by too fast. I didn't get to see all of that. My sister has a lot of grands. Her kids started a lot earlier than my girls did. She has, let's see, Jessica's got 3. Bethany's got 3. Nathan has 2 biological and 2 stepsons that are just like our nieces, our nephews. And then Heather's got 3. So she's got 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 grandkids. So I just don't have that many. I would love it, but I just don't. Okay. Let me kind of get a little bit more of this right here on a smaller brush. That's kind of drying on me just a little bit. And let's kind of go right there because I'm afraid that right there might show. And I'm going to use a pen to embellish this too. So the way they did theirs, they had this one here is going to be turquoise. This little one here, and I think it's really cute the way the people who designed this kit painted this, because it really turned out cute. Hey, Jeannie. And you really don't have to worry about this center part here because that's going to be covered up by our turkey. Make sure I keep an eye on my time here because that time goes by fast. Real fast. Okay, wherever I overlap that, I'm just going to rub it in. You only have 1 and she's a... Oh, I bet so. I bet so. TJ's our lucky grandson because Haley said she would never have kids. And lo and behold, her and Mike had 1. And that TJ, I'll tell you what, that kid, he's a crackerjack. He's just like Griffin. But they're so close in age. They're only from August to September difference in their ages, with Griffin being the oldest. And that Griffin last night, when I saw him, that little toot wouldn't even give me any sugar. I said, you make Gigi cry. Yes, I sure did. I got on the website tonight. I was going to go on and put it Monday, but since my project kind of fell through, I had to figure out something else to do. Let me just wash my brush out right there with that water. And then I'm going to make this one here chocolate brown. I have a dark chocolate brown. Yeah, that's chocolate brown. Had to look at that. That almost kind of looks like a red chocolate. But it's a chocolate brown. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Judy. Let's just go ahead and I'm going to get this really quick because I want to get to his little face. He's got a cute little face. Cute little face. But Declan, he was doing good. He just had a day off from school. And the poor kid, he came over here with me the night before they went to Cece's Pizza. And he got a little, what was it? A Ninja. Is a little plastic Ninja. Is about 1 inch long. And it's the color of dead grass. Jeff and I were looking in the dead grass. I was crawling around on my floor trying to find, because he was having a meltdown because he couldn't find his little toy. And I told him, if Gigi can't find it, she will get you another one. Which means we'll make a trip to Cece's Pizza to get it out of the machine. That's funny, Edith. So he was looking on the ground, and I said, Declan, when you go home, don't have a meltdown, because he's tendency to have meltdowns when he doesn't get his way. And he got home and didn't say a word about it. That's almost the color of your nails. It is a pretty chocolate brown. It's that Top Notch brand, that real cheap Top Notch brand. Actually, their paints are pretty good. Theirs are pretty good. Hey, Tabitha. Tabitha, did you go to the barn sale? Or has that happened yet? I would like to go, but I've got blankets to get done. I've put off making blankets. I did finish getting my material, though, yesterday. Okay, now, these little wings right here, I'm going to take that same brown, that chocolate brown, and I'm going to lighten it up to a lighter brown. I'm going to add a little bit of brown. Another color brown. I'm just going to kind of mix my paints up a little bit because I want to have a little bit of contrast in between that and his wings. That's kind of a tan brown. Kind of a weird looking brown. I don't think we could duplicate that if we had to. This is his little wings right there. I may put a different coat on top of these. I don't really care for that color. Let's add a little bit of more there. Add a little bit of that other brown there to it. That looks better. Give it kind of a two-tone color. That looks better. That looks kind of mauve-y looking. Like a mauve brown. Thank you, Gail. I'm going to add this in here. Now, we probably can't duplicate those. But we're going to try. That had too much of a pinky color. That looks good right there. And then these two bottom ones right here, we're going to go ahead and do that King's Gold. And I'm just going to use my dirty brush. We're going to come in here and do this King's Gold on the bottom. And you can always go back and touch up once you get this done. Let's just go ahead and make that kind of a little bit darker because I've got that paint on here. Almost like a mustard color. Now, if you had a little detail brush, here's what you could do with a detail brush. I don't have one small enough, I don't think. If you had a teeny tiny detail brush, you could take some of those colors because there's an itty bitty little cutout, like a score line in between those. You could do that if you wanted to. I'm going to do it right here. Or if you had a marker, I want to just put a little bit of that color in that little big line. And so there's the pumpkin. There's the turkey. There's the turkey's body. Just make sure I get all of my tips done because tips are the important part. Let's see, where's my other brush here? Let's go ahead and get that one, and let's go ahead and just kind of get our tips just a little bit because I missed some areas. Right, just like that. Now, this one you probably would want to paint your back off, and I'll do it later. Oh, I tell you what, that turkey that I had on the kit, our subscription kit, was really cute too. I've already stained my stand and did that. Let's get to our little guy here so we don't forget him. We're going to do him just kind of a, I don't know, maybe a, kind of mix some of these colors up together. So he's got his own little unique color. Yep, he's a little darker. And it's okay if you go over to this part because you're going to put the wing in there. That's not going to hurt anything. And go all the way down there. And you can go ahead and paint over his nose and his little waddle there because you're going to paint those too. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go all the way up the top. The only thing you don't want to do is get in his eye area. Because these pieces right here, you're going to put a piece over it. But his eyes, we're going to paint it. We're just going to cover his cheeks and everything. That's not a bad color for a turkey. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make sure I've got it covered really good. We get a small brush for right there, and then we're going to do his head. We're going to do his little head. He's such a cute little turkey. He's like a chick. He's a cute one. And it's okay if you get right here in the eyeglasses too, because that's going to be covered up. Okay, let's get our little brush so we can get right here in between his eyes. I don't want to get into his eye area. I think Emma and Layla's going to want this one. I may put him on my table though. He may be my gift to myself. We got two little wings down here, and I'm going to go ahead and make them a kind of a... Let's just go ahead and do them yellow. Let's just do them yellow. Kind of a dirty yellow. We're just going to do them yellow. Two little wings that's going to poke out. Like I said, it's okay if you get into this part here. And while I got my brush here, we're going to do his feet. And I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down this little part that's going to be covered up. How many of you guys here have your birthday that falls on a holiday? Doesn't have to be Thanksgiving, but sometimes your birthdays fall on Easter. A little bit more yellow on that. I had a friend that I went to school with pass away this week, and they had her funeral yesterday, and I didn't get to go. And I sure wanted to go, but I didn't. Yeah, Emma's birthday is November the 4th. Out of all of my cousins and on my dad's side, it's on St. Patrick's. Let's see what these are going to look like. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. Now see, those are covered up. That covers up a lot. I'm going to kind of go over my edges there just a little bit. I was supposed to be a Christmas baby, but that didn't happen. That did not happen. And my sister, Michelle, was supposed to be born in May, and she came at the end of April. And then now she shares her birthday with two of her grandkids who are brother and sister, Ava and Brayton. Share a birthday with their Mimi. I'm just going to kind of touch up down here at the edges just a little bit. Now, to get to these eyes, while I'm thinking about the eyes, let's go ahead and do these. These are going to be black. We're going to put some, no, we're not going to put black glasses on him. Let's put some turquoise glasses. He's going to have some turquoise glasses, but we're going to mix it up with a different color. Yours is today. Well, happy birthday, Sandy. You have a granddaughter very sick in the hospital. Oh, well, good nuts. Sue, you'll be 92. Found out she's type 1 diabetes. Oh, my goodness. That is so young to have diabetes. So young. I'm going to take a little bit of white to my turquoise. We're going to lighten that up just a little bit for his glasses. That's a little too light. Let's just give him some blue glasses. How's that going to look? Nah, we're going to make him a little bit darker. A little bit darker. A little bit darker. He could have some black glasses, but we want to make him colorful. Oh, wow. I tell you what, it happens. If you have a birthday anywhere from the 22nd of November to around the 28th, 29th of November, you're going to have Thanksgiving on your birthday at least a handful of times during your lifetime. Back when my sister felt better, I never had to worry about Thanksgiving because she would cook it all, her and her daughters. This year, my girls are going to help me cook a little bit more. Your nephew's is on Thanksgiving? I can just remember my 16th birthday was on Thanksgiving. Couldn't do anything. We are going to give him a little black bow tie. Let's give him a little black bow tie. He's going to be a smarty here. Bow tie and glasses. Yeah, we'll definitely be praying for your granddaughter, Stacy. That is so young. Okay, now this is his beak. And what did we do with the wattle? Here's the wattle. I'm going to use that black I've got in my... That's a little too red. Let's put a little bit of orange with that. Now that looks like mud. Sometimes it looks like mud. Right, Linda? I got that way too dark. Let's add a little bit of yellow to that orange. We just really messed up his little wattle. I don't like the colors on that at all. Let's just sand it. We're going to sand it off. That red just really took over. That just took over. Now, let's get a little bit of the orange I've got in there. And just a touch of red. Now, that's better. That is better. And we're going to make his beak orange, if I can get enough orange out of here. Got a little orange beak. When I was cutting these, I had these parts stuck in the glasses to save space. And I kept thinking, what are those little pieces and why did they put them there? Well, that's why. That was the wattle and the... We may paint that a little bit more. And let me find a different brush here. We need to put another color on here. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that color. Kind of pep it up a little bit. Now, do those look like they're the same? Sometimes it's hard to tell. So I'm going to cheat here, guys. I've got two Posco, well, one's a Posco pen and one's just a marker. And we're going to go ahead and do the black part of the eye, which is going to be around here. And I'm just going to fill this in with this black marker. Let's see, that's just a real fine end. Let's just use a marker. It's not as black as I want, but that's okay. We can come back and add another coat later. Sometimes if you paint with the grain, you can get it on there better. So there's one eye. So if your hands aren't steady, these little markers come in handy. Real handy. So there we got his eyes. Starting on his eyes, he's kind of coming to life a little bit. This part right here is going to be the glasses. And so, if that's the glasses, and this part's going to be white, this part needs to be the color of the skin. Well, that's good to know. So you got to do this right here, has got to be the color of the skin. Because you always see your skin around your glasses. And you have to go up here around the top too. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and paint his glass part, because we're covering that up anyway. Wow, you got to go all the way. You may as well just cover up all of his glass part. May as well cover that up. Just don't get into the eye, because you're going to cover this up. Just don't get into the eye. That way it's already, you don't have to worry about it. See, now that's something I had to figure out. Just go ahead and go up into the eye, or the glasses. Because those are going to be covered up. That just makes it easy, doesn't it? That makes it real easy. Cover the glasses up. Okay, let me kind of get a little bit of my brown here. That's the only bad thing when you start touching up, then you got different colors coming through. Let me get his eyes. Okay, so that's how it's going to work there. I guess we all have to learn, don't we? Let's go ahead and dry him up. I'm going to have to use paint on him now. We're going to have to use a little bit of paint. And tell you what, November is the month for having events for some reason. There is a lot of events this month. Let me get a little brush here. Let's go ahead and paint his eyes white, and I'm just going to go right in that little line there and go up to the eyeball. We got about 8 minutes, guys. We have until 8:45. And that's not a very good brush. It's got bunches of hairs. Where's a small brush? Well, I just really messed his little eye up. Maybe a marker would have been better. Maybe a marker would have been better. We're going to glue him up, guys. We're just about done. Don't forget, guys, to go over and watch Sonia from Sonia's She Shed Station. She has a group, and we all have the link in our description. That way you guys can hop on over there. Who's after me? I think it's Sonia. Or it may be Justin. If Justin hasn't been on, then it's Justin. And Sonia's last, I believe. Let's put a little bit on the bottom there, and let's just, I'll have to come back and touch up his eyes. I really made a mess of them. Really made a mess of those eyes, but we'll fix them. We'll fix them. I'm just going to use some Stick Fast. Let's put his little nose on. Get his little nose on, and we're going to put his little wattle on, and that wattle's not the right color. I may get a bright red and go over him. Those just kind of fit up together. Push my nose up there, and I'm not going to glue my glasses on. I'm going to let them set because I'm going to fix those eyes. Because those eyes need some fixing. They need some fixing. Let's take our little paint pen here while we've got it handy. Thank you, guys. He could have looked a little bit better. Let's put some stitch marks on here. Give him a little bow tie. Give him a cute little bow tie. About right there. And then let's get this one on. His little eyes need to be fixed though. They look pretty pitiful. Pretty pitiful. And where is our back? Here is our back. Let's see. He needs to sit about like that. So let's take our glasses off and let's put some stick fast on the back of him. I'm going to put just a little bit on the front and the back so that he'll go in my stand. Let's stick him in that stand. And my stick fast is causing me to stick together. But we'll get him on our stand here just as soon as he decides to stick together here. Sometimes stick fast takes a little bit longer to dry on painted surfaces. Let's kind of hold him down for a minute. I think he's going to be cute. Oh, thank you, Mary. I'm going to sit here and work on him while I'm watching the next person. Okay, now let's get our feet. Now let's get him in here. Aw, thank you, Gail. And there he is, guys. Isn't he cute? I think he turned out pretty cute. Aw, thank you, Shar. I think he turned out pretty cute. His eyes need some fixing, though. If you look at him really close, they need some fixing. Make sure he's... For some reason, my glue's taking a little bit longer to dry. Yeah, it's one of my kids, Jackie. I found him last minute. I had already had him cut out, and I decided to go ahead and just do him up tonight, turkey and all. Thank you, Vicky. Thanks, Jimmy Lou. But make sure you guys are all over in Sonia's group, because that's where you can find all the crafters. And I think there's 2 more after me. Or Sonia, are you the last one? I'd have to go look. Let me look here on my page. Let me look. I can tell you who's next. After me is Justin Craft. Justin on his Just in Craft page. Thank you, Lisa. But I'm going to do a little bit of work on him while I'm sitting here watching Justin. Thank you, Kay. I've got stick fast all over my fingers. Yeah, Jackie, it's on my page. I'll put a link to it when I post his little picture. I'll give you his link. Thank you, Teresa. But anyway, guys, make sure you hop on over to Justin Craft. That's JUST-IN Craft. And go watch my friend Justin, and you won't regret it. And have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.